seems kind of terrible, but I think that one memory that she will have that reflects perhaps all of these is taking advantage of things that she knows at a critical part of her life just a little while later, when she is uh, going from that school to the next school. Uh, she uh, uses information that she has about other people to her advantage. That she doesn't trust the new teachers or the new people to care about her, so she gets an advantageous situation. Specifically, uh, let's see. Oh, yeah, when she leaves that particular school, she has managed to discover a bad habit of Mrs. Dunwich, and has made that information known around the school, and therefore has removed Mrs. Dunwich as a problem for herself, or at least uh, is able to keep anything Mrs. Dunwich could say bad about her as has been. Mrs. Dunwich has other problems to deal with now, like
Yeah.
keeping her job or something. So that keeps her off of Katy as a source of real adversity. So perhaps Mrs. Dunwich has been known to drink a little gin when, in private, and Katy has sort of let that be known around the school. And she's good at whispers now, so she makes sure that it is not she who is obviously the source of this information. Everybody says it, right?
I like it. So, Alex, do you have something, or should I go?
No, you go.
Okay, I want to focus on the third one. So, people that are not your real mom doesn't care about you, and I think Katy will remember when we are at the wedding of the new fiancé and the father. And okay, I imagine that at the father new wedding, the new wife managed to mix up the chariot.
Oh no!
So Katy will remain stuck at the ceremony in the abbey, in the church, in the cathedral, to be more precise. And so she had to walk by herself home. Of course, not the father home, because it was too far away. But she had to reach her mother atelier by foot.
So
Okay.
I'm going to focus on good is not necessarily good.
Okay.
That you should be writing a book report. And she really put heart and soul in the last one and only got passing grade. So this new book seems really great. Katy would probably enjoy it. Maybe a mom gave it to her old copy, but she's not having it. She won't read it because there's no point. So she just used her mom's old book report and changed a few words and got a solid B+.
Okay. Now we are talking about the causes. And the cause is a trigger that drives Katy away from the tea party. Causes is plural because everyone of us should pick from a source of discomfort.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
I got it.
And basically a cause is okay. We don't have to agree on a common cause, so everyone can have their own truth, and all of that can be true at the same time because
Sure.
a
Who
child
knows?
doesn't grow.
Lots of different reasons. Yeah.
Yes. Ron, go away.
Yes, I am very.
No, don't go away, but go. Fire away.
Excellent.
Smart.
Yes. I think that, of course, when a young woman discovers the interest of a young partner, a peer,
Okay.
somebody her own age and her own group, and will spend a lot more time with that person and does not really have time so much to listen to her toys. And that is because she and Tom, some years later, not too much later, but some years later, will discover an interest in each other, and she will not be paying so much attention to toys.
Okay. Okay, I will tell another cause. I will frame Katy with she is on the back room of her mother atelier, and she is machine sewing a dress in a new shape. And then she tries, and the dress, of course, it's perfect, not too tight, not too large, and she look herself in a mirror, and she smiles.
Okay, so along with having this new partner, there are, of course, tea parties, but not with toys, with other girls. Maybe some of the girls from school, maybe some new friends. And she is the center of attention, talking about this Tom. And he is now a very pretty boy, so they are all jealous that she gets to hang out with him. And they are all giggling. And of course, girls, big girls, don't play with toys anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is the game, and we should all finish our tea because there is not left to say. Okay. Ron, you then drive 2 baths. Okay.
I was going to say, do you really want me to down all of it right now? Right?
No. No. It's symbolic.
That's right. There goes Ron polishing off the booze again, right? So, okay, that's our game.
Yes.
Reminds me the difference in the final stages if one or more of us had produced a nightmare, had gone for a nightmarish situation. Because I believe there was a critical flip in...
Yes. Okay. To provide some context, you generate a nightmare if you push forward toward discomfort. So from one side you generate a nightmare and one of the friends becomes a monster, but one of the source of the discomfort is destroyed.
Sure.
Because
so hypothetically,
Yeah.
If I was not protected, did not feel protected in the classroom,
Yes.
then I could have kept going or not drunk, and we would continue. And
Yeah.
of course, Alexandra would only make Mrs. Dunwich more and more dangerous and threatening. And remember that beating children and hurting them very badly was part of school at the time. So then let's say that Eduardo, who could not stand this abusive play, uh, the hat, basically becomes a monster and
Yes.
eats Mrs. Dunwich right in front of the classroom and
Yes.
spits out her bones, two, 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 one by one, and that say that had happened. But in reality, of course, Mrs. Dunwich, for all we know, had a heart attack and died in front of the kids, or just didn't come back one day, and that was the end of her, or something equally
Yes.
right final. So if that all had happened and we were at the end of play, what were our options and concerns or rules?
There is only one small difference. Uh, when you creating memory as a monster, you can create a memory that is happy.
Right. That's what I recall, was that in many ways that the efforts of this is what I recall from the early version of the game, and it appears that you have preserved it and focused on it even more carefully, which is that if the players play the toys as maximally protective, then you end up with Katy surviving her childhood, but generally scarred and generally having some very negative personality traits or sense of reality. Just like our Katy, who may, of course, have a fine little teen romance with her half Irish boyfriend, but on the other hand, is turned out to be a little bit of a schemer and a little bit of a, you know, yeah, a little bit of a dangerous social person, ruthless perhaps.
Yes, you
And
have
so,
at the very
right.
least
But
a bit
if
sweet.
the monsters go all the way, if the adversity is so nasty that the nice toys are just not effective, and Katy, if you want to get psychological, unconsciously reaches into her darker self to, really, really explain these final, removals of discomfort, that she will actually end up in the game being happier. So, in many ways, the more unforgiving or unaccepting the Katy play is, right? I don't feel protected. I don't feel protected. The more Katy doesn't feel protected, ultimately, the happier she's going to be. Even though
Yes,
the toys are trying
I,
to do their best to be nice toys and to help her, but Katy's going to have to find her inner monster in order to be happy.
yes, I would say happy. I
Happier.
could say happier. I could say less flooded, since basically the nonetheless we write are flows,
Yes, of course.
we all
That's what I
agree
mean.
on.
Right,
So
exactly. So,
yeah,
yeah,
so yes,
yeah,
maybe a more pure kind of adult.
right. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of, go ahead. Sorry, Alexandra.
No, I was just saying that I think it's much easier to push as a shadow and as a friend playing more scenes. It's harder in earlier scenes to let go, I think.
Right. Well, I think it exactly. I mean, if we have more people or if we go for another round, the adversity will necessarily escalate. And
Yes.
so when that happens, then the players may well drive further into monstrosity, but then you get some interesting outcomes. I have always liked the way for this design that the toys cannot save Katy just by being nice little toys.